Hello, within this video we will focus on a driverless printing and mobility. Starting first with an introduction of MyQ mobility solutions, pretty much what we can offer you. The first one, it will be the email print, a solution for someone who's visiting your company but doesn't want to install anything or even connect to your network. The second one will be a special application of MyQ, the MyQ mobile print, which allows you a special QR login and option to control MFD using your mobile phone. The third one is then about the AirPrint and Mapria. I also have here one more option, which is the Google Cloud Print, but of course this one will be off after the end of the year, so it will be replaced by the MyQ mobile printing very soon. Now let's look at all these options closer, except for the Google Cloud Print because it doesn't make sense to talk about that one. The first one I would like to start with is the email printing. Email printing is an option, like I said before, for someone who's visiting your company and would like to print something securely, of course. So, for example, a boarding pass or some notes they need for the meeting. So let me explain how that works. You will need a very special email box for receiving of a print jobs. That one should not be used for any other feature than this way of printing, because whatever will be in that email box will be processed as a print job. Now, when it comes to the use case, that one can be used either for your internal users, but also there's an option you can activate it also for guests, which then will be auto-registered. Now, when it comes to the registration of users, I will explain that later as we will progress through this video. So let me just talk about the way the email printing works. So like I said, you need the special email box. Then, when there is a guest in your company who would like to print something, he has to use his laptop or mobile phone and send an email to that very special email box where the file they would like to print or multiple files are as attachments. There's also a possibility that this feature will allow you to print the body of the actual email. Now, when it's in there, the system in regular intervals will download the emails to its queue and process them. The file will be processed as a print job, either converted through the locally installed driver or converted into PDF, which is then printed on your machine. Now, if we are talking about a situation that the user is using this feature for the first time, or we're talking about a guest, we have to do something more. And that's the thing, we have to create the account of the user. The system will automatically create it based on the email address from which the file has been sent. Now, once it's done, the system will also generate a PIN which is sent back to the original email address, so the user can then come to a machine and release the print job securely. There's also a possibility to combine this with the special accounting methods like quotas, credits, or projects. So if you would like to use it, for example, in a hotel where the users have to pay for all these things, you can, because you can just use the email printing to receive the print job and then put the credit accounting or quota so the users are forced to pay for the printout. But that will be explained in another video when I will speak about the special accounting methods. Another option of the printing without the drivers is MyQ Mobile Print, which is a rather special one. That one is not working like in previous case for the users without registration. So the user must be in the system. Of course, that can be achieved through the registration, but you cannot register using the MyQ Mobile Print. Now, the way it works, the first condition is that your server must be routed to a Wi-Fi, so the print server must be visible in the Wi-Fi in your company. Now, when the user would like to use it, he has to connect to the Wi-Fi and download the MyQ mobile application, which is available in the Apple App Store or Google Play. Once they've got it, they will just come to a machine, any machine within your fleet where this feature is activated, and scan the QR code which automatically appears on the screen of the embedded. Once this feature has been activated, every machine has the option to switch between the PIN pad and the QR code, which is intended for this MyQ mobile application. Once the user has scanned the QR code, the system will automatically connect you to the server, and the server will ask you to authenticate because it has to know who you are. That's the point where it's really important to be registered in the system, because if your account is not in the MyQ server, you will not be able to log in, because you have to use your PIN or password to establish a session with a server. The important thing is that the application automatically remembers this part, so you don't have to do it anytime in the future, provided your PIN or password has not changed. So once you're logged in and you've got a session with a server, you can do a few things. The obvious one is that you can upload the job directly to the server using the Wi-Fi, and that way release it on the machine. On the other hand, the more important part is the part where you can control your MFD using your mobile phone. And you can also use the mobile phone as another means of authentication. So if you've forgotten your card or if you don't remember your PIN, it's not a problem, because after the first login, the phone remembers it for you. And the only thing you have to do the next time is to come to the machine, scan the QR code, and you are in the system. Once you're there, you can either just release the jobs on that selected machine, select another machine to release the job, or you can unlock it. So like I said, the mobile phone from now on can be used as another means of authentication through which you will get into the embedded screen and you will be able to control the machine. So this is the way how MyQ covers the mobile print, but it's not actually everything we are offering in this field, because that one can be extended also to an SFD, which for the first sight it might not look logical, because SFD normally doesn't have any special display on which the QR code can be shown. For that reason, we have just prepared one feature where you are able to print the QR code on a sticker, put it on the front end of the machine, and from that moment you can use your mobile application to control both MFDs and SFDs at the same time without the need of any special hardware to be attached to that very machine. So you pretty much have something like a limited embedded terminal, even on the small desktop unit, which would normally not be able to use any application like that. Another option which we have in our portfolio is a MyQ printing using the AirPrint and Mopria. For that, you will need a special application called MyQ Mobile Print Agent. The MyQ Mobile Print Agent, again, like in the previous case, must be visible in Wi-Fi. Now, while the user comes there and has an account in the MyQ server, they will just connect to the Wi-Fi and use the printing either through the AirPrint or Mopria. Once the connection is established, the system will automatically show you a queues in MyQ. So you will see the pull print queues, you will see the delegate queues, but you will not see the direct queues. Important thing is that this one works only for the standard pull print or delegated. It's not available for the tandem or for the direct print. Once you've selected the queue, you of course have to authenticate using your PIN or password, and once that's done, the job will be sent to the server. And when you need to print it, you can just come to any machine and release it using the standard login using your card, PIN, or password. Or of course, you can combine it also with a MyQ mobile print and release it using the QR code. That's absolutely up to you. Now, as we spoke about the way to allow the user to print without the drivers, it's closely related to the guest print. And to be able to print as a guest, there has to be an option to register on the server. So let me just introduce the four options we have in our system. The first one would be the one we have already mentioned, and that's the sending a job via email print. So if that part of the system is activated, it will automatically create your account based on the email from which you have originally sent the file to the MyQ server address. Another option which is more suitable for a hotel or a school or library would be that you will allow the user to register over the form, which may appear automatically when they will open the web UI of MyQ. There will be an option of a new account through which they can self-register, providing their email and name. Based on that, the system will generate a PIN, which is then sent to the email address they have provided. And from that moment, they can use the system, for example, for the email printing or the mobile print as well. The third one, and a very special option, is an option to register yourself using an unknown card on the MFD. So you will just swipe the unknown card on the MFD and the system will create a new account, which is anonymous, but of course can be modified later. The last option is through the first job sent to MyQ using the LPR, RAW, or IPPS protocol. The system will automatically create the user based on the name, which can be found in the print job, which is actually a very cool way how to get only the users that will be using the system. So let's say if you've got a large installations and on that installation you would like to send pin only to users that are actually using it right now, you can do it that way. But that will be explained in a different video when I will just talk how to synchronize the user at the moment he's sent the first job. So that will be in the special video, which is more for techies. But for you to know, it's quite important to know that if you send your first job, the user can potentially get a PIN and that way register into the system for the first time and start using it without being pre-synchronized to its database. So that'll be pretty much everything about this. So let's see each other at another video from this course.